welcome back. If you're my very small amount of subscribers, thank you for holding in there, and sorry for the lack of content. Me and my wife had a new baby 7 months ago, and things have been just a bit getting into things, and getting the cameras out was my last of the things that I had on my list to do. So here we are on a new syndicate for me, new this year or last year of November. Started on here, had a really good winter on here. I think probably had about, I don't know, 8-9 fish from November till not to this session. But it's a nice complex area of carp lakes in Cambridgeshire. It's about an hour and a half away from my house, and for me it's a slice of heaven, for me and my angling. This channel for me is here because, one, I love filming, and two, I seem to be doing a lot of my time carp fishing, so it seems natural to do that. I very much not that keen on filming myself and my angling experiences, but they are very good memories to come back and look upon. So I will put this out there for any sponsored anglers or anything like that. If you guys and the companies that you are working with need a media guy to cover some of your stuff, then feel free to drop me a message, because for me to do this as a living for other people would be my dream in the future. So let me bring you back down to my session here at Erith, and it started off with a bit of a social with my friend Mark. Mark told me about this place. Used to be a member on here many years ago, I think probably 4 or 5 years ago, and he's got some really cool fish in his photo album. So we came down here on our little session, and we started on a bit of a Runswater lake, which is called Coot Lake. And recently there's just been a 30 that's come out of there, and as you'll see from the footage I'll show you, the first fish we had was, I don't think we weighed many of them until the last fish, because that's a special fish. And yeah, so the first fish was a nice common, and the one thing I will say about Coot Lake is these fish fight hard under the rod tip, and the swim them in, there's no room for errors. You can't let them run. You got to. It'd be nice if they tied themselves out in open water, but they really don't. They just come in until they realise they're under the rod tip, and that is it. They go berserk, which is exciting angling for me. Then I followed up with another common, and this one was more what I like to fish for. I love to go out there and find those chestnuts, dark gold commons, and they just get the juices flowing for me. Been having a session over this bank holiday, and been on with Mark, and he has been smashing it next door to me. I have been having a hard time, but after looking around and trying to find somewhere else to go fish, something happened and we got a bite. So it's the second carp. Oh, there we go. Let me just get in shot. So there we have it. I've worked hard for this. You have no idea. But it's come from a fair distance for my little 10-foot rods. I fish on little dwarfs, and I was at 19 or 20 wraps. But yeah, beauty. I'm well over the moon with this. It's been hard going. Got one or two more nights if I can squeeze it and I don't get into trouble. So hopefully I can present you another one later. the lake called Coot, which is just got fish up to £30 now. And these little diamonds, there's some golden gems in here if you're prepared to just come and see and fish for a little bit of a smaller fish, because right next door there's some absolute bangers. But right now, check this out. So he's an angry common. He's tense right now, but yeah, look at that. I've not weighed it. I have no idea, but commons and these colours are just everything that I've actually liked to fish for. I'll show you the other side quickly. The trees are dropping all the seeds from the willows. It's very difficult to keep them clean, but you can see his dorsal fins up. He isn't. Oh, he's an angry little common. Look at that. That's great stuff. Happy days. So yeah, and then things for me, I mean with this area and this complex, there's 8 lakes to fish. There are some absolute golden gems of fish in here, and the stamp of anglers on this complex is good. So you really, you're up against it. Now, not only that, other anglers on the fish, they know where they are, they know their routines. I'm very new to the place, so being in a chance to be able to get in on a fish is somewhat a bit harder work for me. So I was dotting to and from a lakes because they're very close to each other. You can literally put your bivvy in one place and you can probably move around 2 or 3 swims without jeopardising no danger to the rods or anything like that. So over the past 4 nights I decided that I was going to have a go on Willow, and Willow was good to me the last time we was here. We came on the storm Arwen, and I think there were 80-mile-an-hour winds. And I got in a swim with the wind behind me, and I cast out, and it was 19 wraps, and it was just effortless casting. And sure enough, I think it was a cold, wet, windy night, and I only put probably about 7 spoms over the spot, and yeah, within an hour and a half later, the rod had gone off and in rocked a 26-pound 10-ounce common, and that was a PB for me, which was amazing. So I decided to cook my tea, reel in, and watch the lake. And as I was eating my tea, there were fish everywhere towards the top end of the lake. I was going to debate moving. There was a chap that rocked in, literally just moved into one of the swims that he was all like on the fish, so that wasn't going to happen. But while I was there watching, there was a line of shows in the middle of the lake, probably about 20 wraps. Like, I fished with 10-foot dwarfs, so I'm pretty much out of steam for me personally at about 22, 25 wraps, I'd say. I'd struggle. So I was debating whether or not I'd be able to get onto these fish, and I decided to fish like a heli setup, bead right at the top, on a supple Ronnie rig, and yeah, sat there waiting for a fish to show, and it showed. And to be honest with you, I thought it was out of casting range, but it wasn't. I give it a good cast, and I probably landed 20 yards short of it. Put the rod on there, let the line, I held the rod high for a long while, just so it could hook foamed it as well. Single hook bait, and I threw it out, and an hour and a half later, the rod just went, and to my surprise, which I thought it was, to me that's a pub chuck, I wouldn't really have the confidence in that style of fishing normally. I would normally like to find the spot, as everyone does, near enough filleting, but not filleting. I like to put a bit of bait down. And yeah, and I didn't do that, and so I literally sat down on my chair, watched the darkness come in, and as the darkness rocked in at 9:30, I was still sat there at the rods, and yeah, that was it, just a few bleeps and then it went. So I was absolutely buzzing, and on the end was this amazing it was just under 29 pounds common, and I'm absolutely buzzing. So Willow's done it to me again. Willow has given me my second PB since November, so at this current time and moment, I am really thoroughly enjoying fishing this complex. So it's about 9:30 at night. I'll get my head torch off, amateur. But it's 9:30 at night. I moved off 2 baited spots because the fish were just further up the lake. So I moved up 1 swim, and I've been rewarded significantly. This is a PB for me. Unfortunately, no one's here to get me a bucket, but this is what I've been chasing for the last 4 nights, and on the 4th night it's happened. So this is just under 29 pounds. Bear with me, I don't want to rush. My lighting's not amazing, but we're doing with the best what I've got. So yeah, wow, absolutely buzzing. On a heli rat style setup, single hook bait to a showing fish, come an hour and a half later. So trying different tactics. Let's go on the other side. It's a lovely fish in pristine condition. So, oh, he's not happy. What did I say? Angry comments. Come on. There we have it. There's the other side. Absolutely buzzing. What a fish. Right, slip it back. Amazing. Since November, I decided to change onto RG baits. This isn't a sponsored video via RG baits or anything like that. I'm not a sponsored angler by any means. I just like to go fishing. But for me, what has been doing exceptionally well for my fishing at the moment has been the Formula Artic crab. Like, these bad boys have been exceptionally good to me. And as you can see from there, look, I've been getting through those. And yeah, so on last night's was my final night here on my syndicate, and that one of those on the end of which had a bleep on my rod. So one of these on the hook, just as a single hook bait, got me my PB, so I'm extremely grateful for that. So thanks once again, RG Baits. If you like this video and some of my content, please hit the like and subscribe button and give it a share. Thank you. See you next time.